Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? So I wanted to talk unemployment. I wanted to talk U3 and U6. This idea first came to me when I was speaking with Jonathan Twomley, who we talk to every Thursday. You can go back and watch some of his videos. Again, he has a playlist on this channel. We've been talking about the U3 and U6 for a while. Then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I saw Ken McElroy do an excellent kind of review. So I wanted to go in, dig into the data, look at the history of the U3 and the U6, and really talk about why it is so critical that we understand the difference, we understand what is impacting the difference, and we don't get fooled into a false sense of comfort. So first and foremost, the U3. The U3 is often referred to as the headline number. It is what was talked about yesterday. No, it would have been 2 days ago, November 6th, Friday, November 6th. The October unemployment number came out and was 6.9. Significantly better than expected, a full percentage point better than the month before at 7.9. So when you look at that number, you look at the 638,000 jobs created, you are left thinking, oh my God, we are racing back. The economy is on fire. Yeehaw. Unfortunately, that is not true. I don't know what else to say. The U3 number is always incomplete. It misses core components. And unfortunately, the missing of those core components are exacerbated by the crisis we are in today. So what is missing? One, discouraged workers. If you have been unemployed for, I don't know, 10 weeks, stop looking. If you're in Las Vegas or Orlando or New York and you're a restaurant owner and you are a restaurant employee, a server, you work in a hotel, you work in the cruise lines, you don't see work coming your way, you're discouraged, you stop looking. You fall out of the U3. You're in the U6 still. Let's say you took a part-time job to make ends meet. You're working 20 hours a week. You're not in the U3 because you're employed. But if your desire is for full-time work and you're only working part-time because that's all you can find, you are included in the U6. Most importantly, and again, very, very crisis specific, and this is why the delta between the U3 and the U6 has never been this wide. It is painful. It is going to get worse. If you are, in this case, we've lost 800,000 women from the workforce. They're not looking. They are now the primary caregiver for their children. Daycares are closed. Schools are closed. Moms are staying home to raise and care for their kids. Those 800,000 ladies who have left the workforce are not in the U3. They are in the U6. Lastly, if you have been on unemployment for 26 weeks, you have now been kicked into the CARES Act or the emergency unemployment, whatever it was called, unemployment program, another 13 weeks. You hit that 27th week, or maybe it's the 28th week, you are out of the U3, you are in the U6. So let's give you some numbers. Again, we've already talked about U3 on Friday was 6.9, a full point better than the month before at 7.9. Do you have any guess what the U6 was? I have it here. Where'd it go? The U6 in October was 11.6. Almost double, 40% higher. It was 12.4 in September. So it's down a point, but 11.6, that's very different than 6.9. That's almost 5% points higher. Again, the U6, if you're in this case, if you're not looking for work, you're included. You're discouraged, you're included. working part-time but want full-time, you're included. U6 is a far better example of what is going on. The U3, historical, normal economy bumping along, no emergencies, it's an okay number. But you have a crisis that has taken entire industries and shut them down. U6 is far more important. So again, we should be talking about the U6, not the U3. Just so you know, the peak of the U6 in April was 22.4. 22.4. Almost Great Depression numbers. The highest the Great Depression was 24.9. That was U3, and that was male dominated. Most women did not work in 19, whatever it was, what year that was. So again, 22.4. It is pretty scary. So again, the last thing to talk about is rolling off the first 27 weeks into the emergency. That now stands at 4 million individuals, and that's only going to get worse from here because there are entire industries that tried to hold on a little bit, furloughed their employees, and now they're going to start rolling off that, and getting that emergency fund. So again, Ken McElroy, great job. I thought you did a wonderful job. The last thing to talk about the U6 and the U3, I think the U6 is really going to point to where the real estate pain is. When you look at the U6, and if you can find what market has that population, that's where you're going to see most of the lost rents. That's where you're going to see most of the mortgages in forbearance. And that's where prices are going to get hit. I still think Vegas has a big problem. I can only imagine. The last numbers I saw, Vegas unemployment's 20%, 18 something, round it to 20. Their rent collections is in the 80s, which is the low I have seen. I can only imagine what is coming. So I think Vegas is in trouble. I think Orlando could be in trouble. But when you're looking to invest in real estate in different markets, try to figure out what's going on with employment, because there are plenty of markets that are going gangbusters. There will be some markets that get hit really, really hard. So again, I want to thank you for this. Have a wonderful Sunday. Understanding the difference between the U3 and U6, very important. Take care.